Hello and welcome to another one of those Fridays where we look at Tinto maps. Of course, last week we did not have any Tinto maps. They had a break for some religious thing, and well, we're back with Southeast Asia, the mainland, not anything in Brunei and Indonesia area. But we have here a lovely bit of Southeast Asia, and I think this is a little bit more interesting than what we've seen in EU4. Specifically, EU4, one of the main tags to play in this region was Ayutthaya. Right now, it looks like Ayutthaya have, like, one location, two locations, something like that, way down here. And I think that is going to be an interesting one to recreate the borders of EU4. Or I guess of 1444 in EU5 is it's going to take some skill as Ayutthaya. But anyway, let us get into the Tinto maps and we will see what we have going on. Hello and welcome to another week of fun, unveiling the map of Project Khazar. Nice. In this week's Tinto maps, we'll be taking a look at Southeast Asia. So without further ado, let's get started. Yeah, you can see it with the wastelands not coloured in. Of course, the mountains between Dai Viet and Khmer is all there. Mountains pretty much dotting around all over the place here. Makes sense. And then, obviously, with it coloured in. Not everything is coloured in because, who gets it coloured in if Dai Viet and Mong Sua have a similar amount of locations surrounding the wasteland? Well, it just doesn't. Anyway. Quite a variety of countries in the area. The regional power in the decades before 1337 was the Khmer Empire, although at this point they're already in decline and have lost much of their previous hegemony. On the west, the fall of the Burmese pagan kingdom and the following Mongol invasions have given rise to the disunited kingdoms of Pinya, Sagaing, I butchered that, Prom and Taungoo, while in the south the Mon kingdom of Hanthawadi, also known as Pegu, also split apart. On the centre, the decline of the old Lavo kingdom and its subjugation of the Khmer gave way to the emergence of the kingdom of Sukhothai, when Khmer started its decline too, and Sukhothai is emerging as the dominant Thai kingdom in the area. However, Ayutthaya is already gestating the rise of another great kingdom, as King Ramathibodi, the founder of the Ayutthaya kingdom, is already poised to gain power in the region. As I was saying, Ayutthaya probably gonna be a fun run in this game. On the east coast, the kingdom of Dai Viet is under the orbit of the Yuan, with constant conflict with the southern Hindu kingdom of Champa. Cool. Very, very cool. I like this little rundown of the area that they're doing. Very appreciated. We have a bunch of societies of pops. It's a very rich region with societies of pops. Makes for an interesting area. So we've got... That didn't even zoom it in at all. Brew people, the Khmu, Karenni. There's a bunch. There's just a bunch, and they're a little bit too small to read for me, unfortunately. But yeah, it's good to see so much there. As for dynasties, we have Tran in Dai Viet. Khmer is Trasak Pham. Again, I'm butchering literally all of these, so I apologize for that. We got the Champa there as well, and it's can't really see what Ayutthaya is, but maybe it is just... Actually, no, we can see, because they say it here. It's Ramathibodi. Yeah, no wonder that didn't fit. The dynasty of the old Pagan Empire is still alive in Prom, with many other dynasties in the region having ties with it, while the different Thai dynasties also have ties among each other. Alright, which one's Prom again? Prom. Where is Prom? I don't see it anywhere. I need to look closer at this. Where the balls is Prom? Am I just completely blanking here? Because I can't see it at all. Mon Kingdom. Where does it say Prom? On the west. Okay, so it's a western one. Oh, there's Prom. Okay, Prom is there. And then Dynasty for Prom is the... Oh, it is just Pagan. Okay. Maybe then it is not pagan, it's Pagan or something along those lines. I didn't realize it was... When he said Pagan Empire, I thought it was like, oh, you know, pagan religion. Again, this is not a region that I have an exceptional amount of knowledge about. But leaving that aside, let us move on to the locations. And again, as we come to expect at this point, the density of this area is exceptionally deep and dense, and that is a good thing in my eyes. I think that's called Ayutthaya, something like that. But yeah, again, I just keep coming back to that being an interesting tag to play as. But you know, maybe the Pagan nation will also be kind of fun. A closer look at a bunch of the locations we will take a look at, and yeah, there's not much to say other than damn, that is more dense than we have in EU4. Ayutthaya is the one is there. Ayutthaya. Moving down into the south, and what is this called? It's like it's a really long peninsula. Is it too long to be called a peninsula? Because you know it culminates in like Singapore area. Is that still a peninsula? I suppose it is. But yeah, looking great. And then moving on to, of course, the provinces map mode, which is looking a little bit more familiar, for sure, to what we know from E4. And a bit of a closer look here at some various provinces. Very nice. And then onto areas themselves. And yeah, they still have the water going over the top of the land with the text, so hopefully that will be something that they fix, because I don't like that. I don't like that. Unfortunately, currently the name of the C-zone area encroaches too much into the land. Okay, this will be... Okay, it looks like it's going to be fixed. Yay. But the blue area that gets underneath that is called Chao Phraya. Cool. As for terrain, we have mountains in the north. We have lots and lots of flatlands. Got some hills, some wetlands as well. Mountains along the border between Dai Viet and the Khmer flatland here. Looking good. Pretty nice natural border here as well. And then for the vegetations, we have lots of forests, lots of jungles, lots of woods, some farmland in there as well. So it looks like this area was made after they made the distinction between grassland and farmland. Did they... I don't think they've updated China, or at least I can't see any farmland right now when I look over there. And then we have the I forget the name of this. It's called climate. That's the one. Tropical makes sense. Subtropical makes sense. A little bit of arid. Tropical and jungle almost everywhere, with quite a bit of comparison between the southern flatlands and the northern mountainous areas. As for development, it's actually not too bad. We've got some areas with like little standout cities, Ayutthaya being one, of course. Dai Viet's, I imagine that's their capital, looking pretty good as well. I'm not sure what the capital's called in this period. Let's see if we can find it on the location map. It'll be just at the south here-ish. Where exactly is it? Mountain down a little bit. And we got... Oh, I can't even find the mountain now anymore. Mountain here, down a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to see. Daichang, maybe, is it? Daichang? Something like that? Anyway, looking like a pretty nice amount of development there for Dai Viet. Good to know. Again, this is another fan favorite from EU4, and also like forming the Khmer Empire in EU4 I found was quite a popular one. So yeah, I think this place has got some decent gameplay coming in for it. As for natural harbours, Ayutthaya being the absolute standout there by a long shot, but also some pretty good harbours down the south of Khmer and along the west coast of whatever this peninsula is called. As for cultures, there's not a whole lot of overlapping cultures. I feel like that's going to be something that is going to be added as the game progresses, or as the game development progresses. Southern areas haven't had their minorities done yet. That's it. But other than that, looks great. You got Thai, the Khmer, Vietnamese, Com. There's a whole bunch. There is quite dense with diversity. And now we also have the languages map mode, which is new to Tinto maps now because of what we saw on Wednesday. As an addition from this week one, we have new map to show the languages. Keep in mind the area hasn't had any language families or dialects done yet, so there's a bit of grouping. So we have Thai, Khmer, Kazi, Vietnamese, Yi language up there, Burmese, we've got Mon. There's a lot of languages. They very, very cool. Very cool. I love that they're adding these. You know, we get a new mechanic shown off in Tinto Talks, and then from then on, it will be shown in Tinto maps. I love that. It would be nice if we could get older maps kind of updated with these new map modes. That would be really nice. As for religions, lots of Theravada, lots of Satasanify, Brew, Moist, apparently is what this is. Moist. Not moist, but, you know, whatever. There's some Hindu there as well. Keep in mind the minorities are not done, so there'll be more variation added inside the Theravada block, as there has to be quite a bit of Hinduism present in Khmer. Its conversion to Hinduism to Buddhism at this point was one of the causes of its decline. And quite a few more of Satasana Phi along all of the Thai peoples. As for raw materials, let's see if we can see any standout elements. Obviously, medicaments. Nice, we can move on. Some gems, some marble. Lots of gems, actually. Some pearls there. Obviously, lumber being a, you know, something that we're going to get a lot of because of the amount of jungle, the amount of forest. I'm seeing some lead in the north. The mountains seem to have, you know, stone and tin. Got some coal up here as well. It looks pretty resource dense. Pretty nice. I'm going to get a closer look. I see that map looks great. Wait a minute. I think... Oh, here we go. This is interesting. This map was done using the... you know how they changed it so that the borders of the trade goods, or the borders of all of the different map modes, had that darker color, and people were like, nah, we don't really like it. It looks like they've fixed it. Maybe. I don't know. Well, maybe not. Maybe the outside is still... It looks better, though. Maybe zoomed in, it does look better. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. That seems... It does seem better than this. And not just because it's zoomed in. Maybe it's just brighter. But then moving down south, fiber crops is now what this is called. Didn't it used to be called, like, sturdy crops or sturdy grains? This might be something completely new. I'm not sure. But yeah, looking good there. And then the final one going down in the south. Elephants here as well. Very cool. That is something unique. Well, not really unique, but not very common, let's say. Quite a variation of resources, although dominated mainly by lumber and rice. As for markets, Vijaya, we got the Martaban, we've got Tang Long, and Kumnung. Again, butchering all of those. I apologize. The commerce is done by those countries benefiting from sea trade routes, but the emergence of a strong Ayutthaya kingdom in the middle will for sure cause change in the balance of powers. As for population, 1.7 million for Khmer. What's like 400,000 or 116,000, something like that for Ayutthaya. 1.2 million for... was that Pegu? I forget what the tag there was. But yeah, nice amount of pop distribution there. And if we can zoom in a little bit more, we can see 316,000 for Ayutthaya. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Khmer is still the most populated, but the countries around don't fall that far behind, especially when they manage to unify their areas a bit. There's also a couple of locations appearing as zero population, but that's definitely a bug that'll have to be fixed. Next week, we'll set sail to look at the maritime part of Southeast Asia by taking a look at the archipelago. Alright, that's what it is, not a peninsula. My bad. No, archipelago is the island stuff. Never mind, this is still a peninsula. So we're looking at all of Indonesia, including the Philippines. We will, in fact, see you there. Alright, what do I think? I think that this is going to be an area that... It's called Hamthawadi. This is going to be an area that I'm going to enjoy playing in, honestly. I think an Ayutthaya run into forming the Kingdom of Ayutthaya that we know from EU4. That is quite, it gets included in Civ games, so it's not exactly completely unknown. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Dai Viet could be a lot of fun. Khmer could be a lot of fun. Hanthawadi has a pretty decent population. That could be a lot of fun. Unifying this area and then trying to stave off Chinese encroachment could be something that it'd be kind of interesting. I'd like to know what you guys think, though. So in the comment section below, let me know which of these tanks you are most interested in playing. Is it Ayutthaya? Because that's what's at the top of my list for this region. Let me know what you guys think. And if you want to keep up to date with all Tinto talks, throw me a subscribe, or a subscription. Press the subscribe button. One of those phrases works. You stay up to date with all things coming out of Tinto Talks, and I get a subscriber. It is a win-win. And I will see you in a couple of days, Sunday probably, where I look at the comments left by Johan and other devs on these lovely Tinto Talks. We'll have a yap about the map, and yeah, we'll enjoy it. I will see you probably on Sunday. Bye bye.